Hi, I'm David Shelton, Work Standards Specialist for the Imperial Irrigation District. In this short video, you're going to learn about the IID electrical system and how to avoid injury while interacting with it. IID provides electrical energy to over 145,000 homes and businesses in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Our service area covers nearly 6,500 square miles. With such a large territory, it's important that we remind everyone of the dangers of electricity. It is important to note that only highly trained professionals utilizing the proper safety equipment and procedures are permitted to work in and around electrical equipment. First, let's talk about substations. Substations are the hub for energy to be distributed to homes or businesses in the surrounding areas. Substation receives energy from transmission lines, which are fed by some type of energy generation, either traditional or renewable resources. Substations take transmission voltages of well over 200,000 volts and step the energy down to approximately 12,000 volts on a three-phase system, meaning there are three different conductors carrying alternating current into neighborhoods. The electricity is then distributed to areas where the power is needed. At overhead transformer banks, which are typically metal canisters at the top of a power pole, the voltage is stepped down to a usable voltage for a home or business, which is in the 120 to 480 volt range. In underground construction, transformers and switches are the large green boxes on the ground located near homes and businesses. These are typically fed by underground cables with over 7,000 volts of primary voltage. The transformer steps the energy down to 120, 240, and 480 volts to feed homes and businesses. These transformers are common in most neighborhoods. The main safety concern with this type of transformer is when someone damages or breaks into them to remove the copper wiring inside. Copper theft is a serious problem and can be deadly. When this happens, the transformer case could become energized up to the original 7,200 volts. This is extremely dangerous. Please stay clear of all underground equipment, especially if it is open. If you see a transformer or other electrical equipment open or that has been tampered with, please call IID or contact your local police department to make sure it is properly repaired, and stay away. Next, I'm going to discuss some common scenarios of everyday life when you find yourself interacting with electricity. First and foremost, do not use ladders, poles, or other tall objects around overhead power lines. This includes aluminum pool cleaning poles. If any of those objects were to come in contact with a power line, the result can be deadly as the high voltage travels down through the body to reach the ground. When installing or adjusting antennas and satellite dishes on roofs or elevated surfaces, be sure to keep clear of the overhead lines attached to your home. Kites can be fun when enjoying the cooler weather, but they can also be problematic in the electrical system. If a kite is caught in the power line, do not try to retrieve it yourself. The same goes for drones or remote control vehicles. Call IID and we'll send a troubleshooter who will remove it safely. You may not get it back in the same condition, but you'll be safe and the system will remain reliable. Using our static display, I'll demonstrate how electricity can travel through the kite, down the string, and through your body to reach the ground. An accident like this can cause severe injury or even death. When removing a kite from a power line, troubleshooters will use a fiberglass hot stick. This tool is used to handle high voltage and won't conduct electricity. It is insulated so that they can touch the lines without being injured. Something as simple as a kite can take out the power in your neighborhood. Do you know what happens when mylar balloons get into the power lines? Mylar balloons are very popular. They have a thin coat of aluminum to make them shine. But this coating also serves as a conductor. The balloon can burn and potentially knock out the electrical system. The process of removing mylar balloons from power lines is a little more extensive than removing a kite or other non-conductive objects. The lines have to be de-energized or turned off. Once that is done, troubleshooters can go up and safely remove the balloon without creating any other hazards. Please do not release mylar balloons into the environment. They cause problems for the power lines and are not biodegradable. Accidents with our power lines can also happen because of the weather or driver error. There are times when a vehicle can come in direct contact with our system. such as a power line laying across the road, over a structure, or even falling directly onto the vehicle. If this happens, it is important that people stay inside the vehicle. The power line may or may not be energized, and it is always better to be especially cautious in these situations. The human body is mostly water, which is a great conductor. If a person steps out of a vehicle, they become an ideal path for the electricity to travel to the ground. If your body were to be in contact with both the vehicle and the ground at the same time, electricity will travel through your body, causing severe injury or even death. If a person must leave the vehicle, say due to fire, here is the proper way to exit. Remove loose items of clothing such as jackets or sweaters. Keep your hands at your sides and jump clear of the vehicle with both feet together so you are not touching the vehicle when your feet hit the ground. Continue to keep both feet close together and shuffle away from the vehicle without picking up your feet, or with both feet together, take short bunny hops. If you happen to come across someone trapped in a vehicle with power lines across or next to it, do not try to help. Stay back at least 30 feet and call 911 immediately. Be sure to stay clear of any other surrounding structures, such as a metal fence, that may have become energized by a downed line. Now I'll demonstrate what could happen if someone were to encounter an energized vehicle. As they approach the vehicle, they may become a path for the electricity, and because of step potential, they may not even have to touch the vehicle before being electrocuted. If you see a power line on the ground, do not touch it. Stay back at least 30 feet. It could be energized at dangerous voltages and may cause injury or death. Call 911 immediately.